Hi, welcome to The Truth with Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal.
I'm Isaac.
Episode number 134 coming at you. Big episode. We're going to give an update on all four of the Detroit professional sports teams. Then we're going to give a bit of an update on the Greater Amherstburg Tennis League and how we're doing. And then one of those drafts that people just love, Star Wars basketball draft.
Star Wars basketball draft. Okay, before we get into things, we're wearing two masks. Just talk about it.
Well, listen, the captain masks just seem fitting because we like superheroes. Star Wars and superheroes, they're kind of like buddies. They're not necessarily in the same genre, but we just decided it'd be good to throw in some superhero masks. So if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple or Google, you should pop onto YouTube and just check us out because we look pretty good.
It's not a political statement. I realize it may look like one.
Oh, yes, it's not a political statement.
Not a political. Apolitical? Or,
Well,
right?
it's apolitical.
Yeah,
we like the captain. Good speeches.
We like Captain America.
Yeah.
We're not making any statement on the ongoing political situation.
That is correct.
The other side of the border.
That is correct.
Very happy in Canada. It's a great country.
We're very happy in Canada.
Wonderful country. Okay, so off the tops, I'll let you start.
Okay, Wimbledon just finished up. Wimbledon's awesome.
Why are we starting with this?
I don't
People
think we
are
talk
already
enough
tuned
about
out.
tennis. Alcaraz, you're the future.
He doesn't listen. Keep going.
3 movies that we saw recently that all should be discussed briefly. Godzilla -1. Like, I don't think it got a lot of hype, but it was really good.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. If you can read subtitles, it's a good 2 hours. That's like it's a really solid 2 hours.
Should we talk about if you can't read subtitles, or should we just skip that?
Then you can watch with the audio English dub, and it's just gonna look bad.
Yeah,
just
okay.
read subtitles. Watch Godzilla.
So Youngblood watched True Lies and The Game in the last kind of week or two. 2 great movies that I love them both.
Yeah.
How'd you rate them?
I like True Lies a little more than The Game. So we got Godzilla -1, then True Lies, then The Game. All 3 real good movies, right? You're looking at 4.5 out of 5s. So
Either
real
first
good.
watch or rewatchables if you haven't seen any of them. Or if you have seen them.
Yeah, good movies there. What else do you have?
USA Basketball almost lost to South Sudan.
I thought I took that out.
Which is awesome. That would have been great because South Sudan has been a country for 13 years. They do not have one indoor basketball court in the country, and they almost beat the vaunted American team. Just a little bit of humility is kind of nice to see.
Yep. I don't care about USA Basketball.
Oh, it gets so much hype
listening.
because there's nothing else happening. If you're not a baseball fan, if your baseball team sucks, most people don't they don't care.
I don't want to talk about USA Basketball.
Okay, you know what's coming soon?
What?
Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get back in a more regular recording. We're going to talk about the Lions. We love the Lions.
Look, a couple weeks ago, I said it, not on the pod, like, one of those really crappy Thursday night football games where you're like, Blake Bortles versus Mariota when they're both cooked and they're wearing awful jerseys and the broadcasting crew, and it's on Amazon, you can't find the game.
We're still watching. We're still hyped.
I need one of those right now.
Yes.
I need to inject some really poorly played football, maybe a 17-13 game where it ends on like a field goal
We're not
or
even
something.
sure if Blake Bortles is left-handed or right-handed.
Yeah, look, I need some football back. It's at that point where it's like I'm still watching baseball. I got my fights, and I need some football. I need some bad football soon.
So we need to do a shout-out to the younger demographic that are Isaac's friends, but they're really part of Team Town Nation. Ethan, Wiz, the gang, Dale, Blake, Braden. We're feeding families.
That doesn't. So like that could have been a nice thing. It didn't really make sense.
It made sense. Basically, some of Isaac's buddies, they have a common term if you're wearing an outfit that looks kind of good. They say you're feeding families with that outfit. I don't 100% understand it, but I'm buying into it.
Yeah, just feeding families.
Yeah.
Like right now with that fit you got on, that's a couple families fed right there.
Like this nice shiny blue
I got
jacket.
gray on gray, which I think is working. There's a couple families fed there too. The mask, that's a family. Okay, what else do you have?
That's it.
Okay.
You got anything off the top?
Yeah, a couple things. Cottage with the family on the weekend. Any thoughts on that? Fill the folks in on that.
I didn't get to spend a lot of time there, but good s'mores, good kayaking, fun game with the saran wrap stuff.
That's too deep of a cut.
We
all went to the cottage, family cottage. The Cotramillo family is a great cottage. All the cousins, all the aunts and uncles.
G and Sue Lightning.
Not all the cousins, most cousins.
Most of the cousins.
All the aunts and uncles. Really great time at the cottage. Maybe I can work in a picture or two on the Instagram from the cottage.
You should.
UFC Manchester Saturday. Who do you have, Leon or Bilal?
Bilal for sure.
No! Oh, man, that's really bad. Okay, what about Tom or Curtis?
Curtis.
That's another wrong pick.
I have no idea.
You're picking against the Englishman, which I don't like. I've got Leon, I got Tom.
Picking against Englishmen?
Yeah.
Oh, well then I'm picking the other guys.
Leon and Tom.
Leon and Tom.
Okay, and then last one. Happy anniversary to the Rents. The big 2-9 was
Oh, that's
yesterday.
us. Parents.
Rents is parents.
Got it. Yeah, 29 years.
And they're celebrating by going to Scotland and just leaving me for over 2 weeks.
There's a decent chance that this is our last podcast because Isaac may starve to death.
May starve, house may be burned down. Lots of things.
Don't say the house burned down.
Okay,
that's
no.
bad.
Okay, but I get starve to death. That's fair game.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, like it's only a matter of how much of
The house is insured for more than you.
Yeah, well, I can only make about 4 meals. I can make them good, but if we run out of supplies,
Eggs, chicken.
rice, I can do some pasta. I can do some bagels. I'm good at the oven. The oven
Just
works.
to be clear, bagels don't count as a meal.
I'm good at making them though. Like the toaster, I can plug it in.
4 Detroit sports teams. We're going to give a quick update on all 4 of them, inverse order in terms of how they're ranking. No surprise to anybody. The Pistons coming in last. They're still a bottom 4, bottom 5 team in the league. The pieces don't fit. They added a couple of shooters, but not really shooters that anybody else wanted. So you know what this means? We're sagging for Flag or pooping for Coop, right? We need Cooper Flag.
Who's Cooper Flag? Tell the audience.
He's the 2025 number 1 pick, 6'9". He's got all the handles, got all the moves. He's not Wemby, but he's right up there. He's the consensus number 1, and it'd be really nice if the lottery fell the Pistons' way because they're going to be in the lottery again for sure.
Okay, I just have to say because I'm upset right now. I need to now go in and to edit. If you're listening to the podcast right now, there was a part a minute ago where he revealed our address on the podcast. So at this point, if you're listening, I had figured out how to edit and I've taken it away from the podcast. Or the address is still in and the house is gone. It's one of those two. So I just had to get that out there because I'm hot now. I'm mad.
We're not a big target.
Okay, but we can't have the address out there. Like, you
can't?
completely, you ever see what happened to Pop Smoke? So now I'm pretty upset.
I don't know who Pop Smoke is.
Now I have to figure out how to edit.
Okay.
So I'm just mad.
I have a letter score for the Pistons. Do you want to talk about them before you issue the letter score?
I have nothing to, what do you want to talk about the Pistons? Go ahead.
Listen, they signed Cade. That's important. It's debatable how many other fundamental building blocks they have. You kind of assume that Holland is one because they just picked him. Also, Thompson is almost the same guy. Defense, rebounder, can't shoot at all. NBA need people who can shoot. I like Fontecchio. I like him, though.
Yep. I like their 7th man, Tecchio. I agree with you.
Yep.
7th man on the worst team in the East.
Pistons get a D+ from me.
Yeah.
What are you giving them?
I'm not doing a letter grade. That's really stupid.
It's not.
I'll rank them amongst the other 4 teams.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure this is 4th.
I have them at 4.
Yep.
I'm not giving them a fake letter grade. Look, I'm a Pistons fan through and through. They're my guys. They're my team. But, like, I find myself watching 04 Pistons a lot. And I'm not really watching highlights from last year. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Fair enough.
I'd much rather watch the intros of Ben Wallace. And then Ben Wallace Ben Wallace is, like, maybe top 5 favorite basketball player ever for me.
He worked so hard.
I think if he's the guy who played today, not in the sense of like developing a jump shot, just in the sense of like highlights and favorite guys that would fall in love with him, everyone would love Ben Wallace.
Agreed.
So Ben Wallace, my guy. The Pistons are 4th. They're terrible. They're going to be terrible. Law of average said they'll be okay. I'll talk about a bit about probability later. The Pistons make me very upset.
Yep, me too. I went back and forth on item number, or the 3rd team. Actually, I do have the Tigers coming at number 3, even though they made a good run at number 2. Here's the issue. Javi Baez is still playing. He is statistically the worst position player in baseball making any money. Right? I sent you a stat sheet today. That was actually a pretty good sheet. The Tigers would be better playing a replacement player from Double-A instead of Baez. But they're still running him out 4 or 5 times a week, batting, 176.
Yeah,
Lots of errors. Bad. Here's the other reason why they're bad. Kenta Maeda, please just designate this guy. He's got nothing. He's throwing chicken balls down the center for 88
Okay.
miles an hour. It's terrible.
You forgot how to talk there. The
I did forget how to talk.
Look, the
for a
Tigers again. This is why I don't love this topic because it's so negative.
We do need to talk about it for a minute.
And this is a negative. This is a positive show.
It is
and
a positive show.
It's
but
as
we're-
positive as magic, and
no.
now it's negative.
We've got some positive guys that we're going to talk. We have foundation building blocks.
Okay.
Best pitcher in baseball, Scooby. One of the best outfielders in baseball, Green. And we got good young guys. Colt Keith, he's a player. Kerry Carpenter, fix your back, you're a player. And we got good guys coming up in Joby, Young, Clark, McGonigal. Torque he's gonna come back. I have faith. They're gonna spend a bit of money in the offseason. Next year, playoff run for sure.
So I rank the Tigers third as well in confidence. It's really, look, like no spoiler, the Lions are far and away the team that's best in Detroit. Then you've got the Wings and the Tigers that are kind of 2A, 2B. And then another tier down, you've got the Pistons. That's how I rank them.
Yep.
So I have the Tigers at 3 here.
Agreed. Say a couple nice things about the Tigers. The Dodger games, you went to a couple of those
Okay,
games,
I'll
right?
talk about nice things with Tigers.
Yep.
I love driving to the States, parking, running to the game with an apple, a protein bar, and a water bottle in my pocket, and watching my favorite team. I love that. That's my favorite place to be. In Comerica, watching my guys.
Here's the positive thing, because the Tigers are still not
Yes,
in the
cheap
top
tickets,
two,
we know.
cheap seats.
So that's my positive line for the Tigers. I love going to games with my buddies, with you, my buddy. We're just watching baseball. That's great stuff.
Agreed.
And now, now sometimes I go to games and I say, you know what, we might win today. And that's enough for me. If I can just have a little hope is a good thing, maybe the best things, no good thing ever dies. That's what I got.
Hope is a dangerous thing. Who
Okay,
said that?
Red said that.
Red said
and then
that.
Andy got him back. It's a good thing. Look,
Exactly.
I got a lot of hope for the Tigers. I love going, but look, like we're far away. We're far away from competing unless something drastic happens. Positively drastic. I ranked the top 8 players in Detroit that I think have the most potential.
In all 4 sports?
I did 3 because honestly, look, I couldn't tell you where Larkin ranks among Amon-Ra and Hutchinson.
Okay. That's a good, that's a good game.
So I'll rip through them maybe when we're done. The Tigers have a couple guys there. So Tarek Skubal is a Tigers pitcher who likely will win the Cy Young. He's the best pitcher in baseball right now. So he is, a supreme asset. He's still under team control for the next 3 years. They're not going to trade him. I have him, spoiler, I have him at 2. He's the second best player in Detroit. All of sports. In terms of potential, current value,
I think I know
everything.
who number 1 is.
It might not be what you think, but it might be.
Did he just get married?
I don't know. No, if
Oh.
it's the guy I'm thinking of. I'm not really sure. There's been a lot of Detroit
Big
weddings.
fella?
Yeah. Regardless, Tigers are 3. I love going to games. They're pretty terrible, but
Okay.
I love going. Go ahead.
We're going to talk about the Red Wings briefly. They do
is
have some young, established people in place. Dylan Larkin, Patrick Kane, DeBrincat, Tarasenko they just signed. They got Sider and they got Raymond. So I did a bit of a deep dive into their farm system. I'm not going to lie.
Keep in mind, we don't know hockey at
We don't
all.
know.
Everything he says is probably wrong.
Oh, let's be really clear. I just asked one of the dudes at work who's a big hockey guy. Simon Edvinson, Marco Kasper, Nate Danielson, Carter Mazur. Those are all guys coming up, and the goalie of the future is Sebastian Cossa. That's enough guys there, plus the trust in Stevie Y. They're going to get a B- and a solid second.
So I put the Wings at second purely because I can just say when I don't know anything about hockey and I know the guy running the team is smart, I can just be like, okay, boom, defer Eiserman. So I have the Wings at 2. I know zero about hockey. I can name you a lot of the Wings. We went to a few games. I enjoy watching them.
Yep.
I know nothing about hockey. I know nothing about team building. I know nothing about salary cap and all this stuff. I'll be watching the Wings. I'll be watching them even more next year. And because I think so lowly of the Pistons, and I'm pretty, I'm up and down on the Tigers, but pretty down. The Wings default get 2 for me. So there you go.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well, let's talk about number 1, because that's just joy and happiness and potential around the league. People love the Detroit Lions. They signed their guys. There's no drama, right? Green Bay, Jordan Love is sitting out. That's going to be an issue there. Chicago, show it to me on the field, right? I'll talk, hype. Show it to me on the field. Here's why we love the Lions. You need to watch the clip where Amon-Ra St. Brown is in the receivers thing, and at the end of the Ravens game, and he says, keep running the ball, because he's blocking the hell out of guys. They're down by 24 points, and he is still smashing into people. He's their leader on offense, him and Penei Sewell. Goff, St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Hutch, Gibbs, Laporta, and Lynn McNeil, young guns in the secondary. They are great, and they're going to do great things, and we love you, Detroit Lions.
So the Lions at 1. I don't like having all my faith in one team, but I currently do.
Currently, we don't have a lot of options.
So the past couple of years, past like 3 years, and even then some for a couple of them, all 4 teams are bad. If you go back 3 years ago,
2 years ago.
well, the Lions were like 8-9, right?
Okay.
So the year before that, that was obviously when they were quite
Oh,
bad.
that was the Hutch 3-13.
Something along those
Yeah.
lines. Past couple of years, they've been bad to terrible, all the teams in Detroit. And we were just like, look, you have 4 rebuilding teams. Some of them at the beginning of a rebuild, some of them theoretically at the end of the rebuild, like what the Pistons and the Tigers should have been.
Yeah.
Law of average say at least 1 of the 4, probably 2 of the 4 are going to be good to great. Good to great. Maybe even a little more than great. Probability is on our side. The Lions are going to be that one team that's great. Maybe even above great. Talking Super Bowl, the S word. That might be the Lions.
Listen, one of the Tigers and Wings are going
That's
to
right.
make a jump next year to give us 2 teams to cheer from the playoffs.
You got one of the Wings of Tigers in the upcoming year. So
Yeah.
not this current Tigers year, the next one, or the Wings in their upcoming year in October.
Agreed.
Are going to be a wild card team. And then in the Pistons, you know, it's a complete like maybe 4 years, maybe 12 years. How long is this rebuild going to go? Regardless, you're going to have 2 teams, potentially 3, that are going to be competent to fantastic. Okay? The Lions are that fantastic team. I have so much hope in them. I have so much faith. Very special team.
I have a question for you. Who has the best fans in football right now?
That's what a stupid question. Actually, stupid question.
No, seriously.
What am I going to say? The Chiefs?
No, but everybody talks about Seattle and their 12th man. I think the Lions have passed them.
Yeah, maybe a little biased. Maybe we're at both playoff games and we screamed and cried. Yeah, I'm going to say the Lions have the best fans in football.
We
Come on
need to
now.
ask a couple of unbiased people.
That's a clown question. And I'm
I
going
know,
to reference
it's a
clown
real question.
Bryce Harper, when he was like 19 or 20, this is great. God, do you know where this is going?
I vaguely remember
So good.
it.
Bryce Harper, when he got like his first hit or first home run, and he was really young, 19 or 20, he couldn't drink in the States. And a reporter after the game was like, "What's your favorite drink, Bryce?" And Bryce goes, "That's a clown question, bro. Clown question. That was a clown question." Look that deep cut up. It's actually really funny. Bryce Harper, clown question.
I will.
Lions are the best fan base in football and one of the best teams in football. Thank you. No doubt.
No doubt.
So top 8 players. I'll do this now.
What grade do you have for the Lions?
What do you mean? What grade?
Just give
what
them
am
a grade.
I on last year?
No,
on the
right now. A or A plus?
A.
Okay.
We don't have a ring, so it's A.
Okay.
If we have a ring, then it will be an A plus
Fair.
for the next like 10 years.
Yeah, give me the ranking.
Okay, top 8 players. It's a mix of potential and current value and my confidence in them. I don't have any wings because again, I wouldn't be able
So
to
why don't you just throw
properly.
Slider and Lucas in at 9 and 10?
Sure.
So Slider and Lucas Raymond.
Call them 11 and 12 because then my ranking would be bust if we did that.
Okay.
Number 10, I have Reese Olson. Reese Olson is Tigers pitcher. He's 24. He's ERA right now is a little above 3. He can be a number 2 starter on a playoff team. I fully believe that. I think he can be like a 2.7, 2.8 ERA guy.
Gun.
Reese, and he's just getting better. So Reese Olson, young Tigers pitcher. 9, I have Frank Ragnow. He's an all-pro center. He's one of the best centers in football. He's a Detroit guy. I have him at 9.
Underrated.
8, I have Hutch.
Okay.
You might think it's a little low. The next 7 guys are just guys I think really highly of.
Well, I mean, listen, we love Hutch, but there are 5 defensive ends, maybe 6, better than him in the NFL.
I think Hutch is going to be great. He's going to be an all-pro guy. He doesn't have a ton of help up front. That theoretically changes this year. But I have Hutch at 8, and I have full confidence and faith in Hutch. 7, Riley Green. Tigers outfielder. He's an all-star. He's already an all-star, one of the best outfielders in baseball, like you said. 6, I have Sam Laporta. Now,
He's the second best tight end in the NFL, and assuming Kelsey takes another step back, Kittle probably right up there as well. Those 2 guys are both in their mid-30s. They're beat up. They're going to take a half step back. And Brock Bowers is supposed to be the next coming? No. Show me in the NFL.
yeah, so I kind of looked at positional value.
Position value is relevant.
And if you look at tight ends, Sam Laporta, I think Sam Laporta is a stud. Like, full-on, best tight end in football.
NFL team would say, okay, I have to pick a tight end to have for their career. Everybody's picking Laporta.
Yeah, you'll have maybe 1 or 2 teams pick Bowers simply because we don't know what he is yet. But other than that, I think
The
Laporta.
Raiders are going to pick Bowers on potential.
Yeah, the Raiders are a bunch of clowns.
Yeah.
Sam Laporta, he's the man. He's going to be the best tight end in football in 2
So you
years.
got Laporta at 5?
6.
6? Okay.
5, I have Jackson Jobe.
Oh, yeah.
So this is Tigers pitcher.
Best pitching prospect in baseball.
He is the best pitching prospect
Did you
in baseball.
see the other day he threw like 6 innings of it, and guys weren't even close to a lot of his pitches.
So basically, it's like he's in Double A right now. So he's pitching against like guys like it's like me pitching against grade school guys at like right now. So his ERA is like 1.4, and he's just like unhittable, literally. He's gonna be a Cy Young future guy.
I don't know if you can strike out Tyrus.
Okay, that's my young cousin who I could strike out. I could also out grapple and kickbox him. Okay, number 4, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yep.
He is, he's an all-pro guy. He's a reception titles guy. I don't want to say product of the system, but I think being in the current Lions system allows him to be the best Amon-Ra, and I think he's a wonderful player.
Agreed.
And a great guy.
Agreed.
Number 3, I have Cade Cunningham here. We talked about this. I'll let you do a bit on Cade. People come to us because we are Cade radical supporters.
Listen, Cade Cunningham is 22-7-7. There are not a lot of those guys in the NBA. He's got 22 points with me as his shooting guard.
Shooting guard.
Yeah. So if he gets some real players and a bit of spacing, he's going to bump those numbers up even more. There's not many people like him in the NBA that have his skill set. And again, he's only really played 2 seasons, and he's played with poop players. You put him with NBA players, he's going to be great. He's going to be an all-star.
So I have third team All NBA down. I think he can have a couple.
I don't think
third
he's third team All NBA next year. The following year.
Yeah, that's kind of potential-ish.
Yep.
I don't think he'll ever make a second team, just with the current state of the league. But I think he's a third team guy. He's going to make some All-Star teams. It's a matter of if Detroit kind of uses him to his potential and gives him guys to play with, or if he requests a trade and goes and wins 3 championships in San Antonio with Wembanyama, and then we see him. That's a possibility.
Yep.
And one that I wouldn't hate. Just putting that out there. Number 2, Tarek School. Cy Young, best pitcher in baseball. Tiger guy. We talked. Number 1, I'll let you do a bit on him. This is our guy.
So we recognize that Penei Sewell is a freak of nature. When they drafted him, you need to go look at the old clips of when the Lions drafted him, right? Campbell is losing his mind, jumping up and down, hugging people with bear hugs. He was 20 years old, a physical freak. And everything that he's done since then is prove to the world that he's the best lineman in the NFL. Oh, and he probably could play tight end if he wanted to. That's how athletic he is. He doesn't give up sacks. He doesn't give up hits. He blows people up in the running game. He's an amazing dude. He's an inspirational leader. He may be the only guy in the NFL to actually stand up to Aaron Donald.
Donald, bro.
Aaron Donald, sorry.
He's only been the best defensive player for 10 years.
Yeah, I got a little bit confused
Get
with
his
the
name
Lions
right,
DB.
buddy.
Yeah. And Penei Sewell just got married. So congratulations, Penei. You're probably listening to the show. Congratulations on getting married, and congratulations being number 1 on Big Ike's list.
So when I look at all the athletes in
How
Detroit,
was that
it's
good?
great.
Okay.
When I look at all the athletes in Detroit, he is the one name that I read and I say, this guy's going to be for sure a Hall of Famer.
Is he 23?
I think he's 23. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. I feel confident saying that. Is that kind of radical or no?
Nope.
Okay. All the other guys, you can Scooble, probably Hall of Famer because he's going to be a Cy Young. Cade, it's tough with basketball and championships. Amon-Ra, it's tough with as a receiver.
So many great receivers.
But Penei Sewell will be the best tackle in
For the
football
next decade.
the next decade. He's a Hall of Famer right now. Not right now, sorry. He will be soon.
He's in that stream.
So that's all I got at Detroit sports. Go ahead. What do you want to wrap this up? Go ahead.
No, thanks to Detroit Sports. We're always going to love you. We're always going to cheer for you. We're here.
We spun that to make it positive enough, right?
We did.
Oof.
We
Okay.
did.
All right, now you can talk about tennis.
Okay, so Isaac and I play in the Greater Amherstburg Tennis League. Let's take a step back. It's not about tennis. It's about sports. It's about camaraderie. It's about father-son playing together. It's about grit.
Yeah, it's good narrative. Good
about-
story.
Just having a good time, meeting good dudes, and getting those competitive fires burning. Right?
Yep.
So Isaac and I play in a doubles league. We moved up this year to a higher division where pretty much everybody can play. So,
Yeah, you would watch some of our points and be like, "Oh, these guys actually know how to play tennis."
Yeah.
Right. Fair.
no, our opponents can all play.
Yeah, but if you watch one point of a match, you're like, "Oh, this is some good tennis."
Yep, agreed.
Not every point, but most.
Just going to give you a little bit of conversation about The Godfather. The Godfather is Bill Segrist. He started this tennis league about 7 years ago, I think with about 8 guys. And Stevie Radovich has the best line. He said, Bill came up with this league for him to come up with other players. It's now 265 players, all sorts of divisions, men's and ladies and doubles and mixed doubles. And it's amazing the number of people that are playing tennis because Billy. Thank you, Billy.
Why did you just do a tennis PSA for a minute? I'm going to cut the segment off, buddy. You're pushing it.
All right. Now we're going to talk about a couple matches.
Okay, go ahead. Talk about the heater.
With which one? With John and Brad?
The one with the heat match where it was like 2.5 hours.
It was 2.5
and there was blood
hours.
and
We're
tears.
playing John and Brad.
Don't use everybody's names, buddy.
First names, it's okay. Like there's a billion John and Brads out there.
Okay, that's a good rebuttal. That's I'll take an L.
Yeah, we're not.
That's an L for me.
Yeah,
It's
we're
on
not
me.
playing Tal.
You're right. I just lost a couple points.
So we lost to these guys last year. We beat them once last year, so they're kind of our rivals. First set, we started off not reading their serves, and well, more me than him, but neither of us.
That's right.
Actually, you weren't even touching John's serve.
We couldn't get serves over.
Sorry, yeah, John was hitting howitzers, huge backhands. First set, we lost 7-5, like lots of good points. We worked really hard. I should say this is 2 Sundays ago, and it was about 104 degrees. 2 water bottles and a BioSteel is what I brought, and I just made it to the very end, just to give you an indication this is a long match. Again, second set, now we're coming back. Now we're reading serves and we're reacting to it well, and we're just beasts. We are not fun to play against. Like, I'm an old guy who tries hard, but Isaac is a 21-year-old who tries hard, who's athletic with
21. Actually, wait. Was this first podcast where?
Yeah. Hey, happy birthday, Isaac. First podcast, 21 years of age.
Sorry.
Here's where I'm going to take a little bit of offense. Like when people say, like we've played, I don't know, we might have played six matches. People say, oh, to be young again. Oh, to be young again. Oh, it's good to be young. That's bullcrap. Yes, he's young, but he's athletic. When I was 21, I couldn't do the things that he can do on the tennis court or the basketball court for that matter. But most of the other guys couldn't as well. So don't say you're getting to that ball because of youth. He's getting to that ball because of athleticism. That's my piece.
Grade 8 athlete of the year. Still got it in me, man. Still got it, bro.
Athlete of the year. Do you still have any university eligibility left?
Man, sometimes I think 14th guy. I've got school on wrap now. Like I can coast. I think I have 3
You'll
online
bump up
classes.
that grade point average.
The team average is going to
bench
go
guy.
up. I'm a great locker room guy. I'll make the guys work. I know a lot of them.
You're not going to get a ton of playing time.
That's okay. I'm going to make the guys work in practice.
Good.
And I'll go in. I'll talk a little if there's a guy that's bothering my best player, and then I'll hit a 3.
Second set, we're down 4-3 to Brad and John is powering serves up 40 love. Howitzer serves. We come back. We break his serve. That was the key game of the second set. We went in a tiebreaker. And I've been limpy for a little bit. I got some ACL issues, shoulder issue. I did go unconscious the end of the second set.
Actually.
In the third set tiebreaker. I was just hitting everything and hitting bombs, getting balls I could not. And they were worn out. But again, not because of the heat. Like the headline was, Chudras win again because of the heat. No, we wore them down physically and mentally. The heat helped us.
Yeah, real.
Right? Flying around, Isaac taking lots of shrapnel. Like he stands right up at the net, puts his teeth out, and takes some shrapnel. And guys apologize to him. He's like, it's all right, I'm good. Third set tiebreaker, we won easily. That's it. Now, we need to talk about Brad and Kevin. We need to be careful about how we word this.
So I didn't think we'd spend 10 minutes on that one game. So, and I don't want you to get us in trouble here.
Okay, I'm not going to get in trouble. We needed a win, so we set up a match against the last place team. We'll call them...
That's unethical, first of all.
Yeah.
That's Michigan playing Eastern, Southern, Coastal Carolina.
Anyway, we needed to play Coastal Carolina Teachers College, so we set that match up against 2 guys.
School for the blind is what Wiz says, respectfully. I think I can...
So, dude is texting me at lunch. I'm chowing down my pasta, doing some emails.
We did not need to hear about pasta or emails, man.
Let's get some olives, some ham, nice little cream sauce.
Actually, I'm going to cut this off, man.
No. So dude is texting me saying, oh, my partner's out. We're going to have to cancel. Listen, it's very difficult to schedule a doubles match. So I said I can probably get a guy. So I text my group chat, and of course, my psychopath friend says, I'm in. Listen, can I use his name?
No, we're almost done with tennis, buddy. This isn't even tennis anymore. This is you texting.
He's one of the best players in the league, and he's like, great, I'm in. So now we got to play this fellow who's a little slower.
Oh my! Stop! It's done. Like,
okay. Anyway, we played against him and my buddy. And
I don't
we
even
had a
think I can
great
air
match.
this.
We had a great match, and we ended up winning.
You said the word bombing like 4 times. How am I supposed to air this in good faith?
What do you mean bombing?
You keep saying bombing. I know you're not using it in a bad context, but still,
Oh, it's
sensitive
not bad
time in
context.
America.
No.
Okay. Do you have anything else on tennis, man? Like,
Tennis is fun. Play sports. Have fun.
okay.
Okay.
That was. Do you have anything actual to say, or is that all? Put your phone away,
That's
buddy.
all. No, I got to get ready for my draft.
Okay. Put it. Do not disturb. You can talk about the draft now. Tell people what's going to happen.
Okay. So, a lot of people love our drafts, especially when it's tied to weird movies.
Who? Saying it like actually who?
Wiz likes it. Bauer likes it. Dale likes it. Braden likes it. Blake likes it.
You just named my buddies, and you don't even know
And
if they like it.
Coach Rob does too.
Coach Rob, I think, does.
Yeah,
Actually.
Coach Rob.
Wow.
We are doing a draft of Star Wars characters and how they translate to an NBA team.
Okay.
Right? We have some limitations. You'd only pick 2 people with a force,
That's the only limitation. Don't say anything bad.
and I think that's it.
Okay. I'll let you pick first. Talk like a little more background. We've done this before.
We've done this before, but we want to run it back.
It was a long time ago.
Like, there's all sorts of Star Wars things out there. None of the cartoon stuff either, because I don't watch the cartoon stuff.
Okay.
Right?
That's fine. It's
That's
just
fine.
It's fine. It's not a genre. It's just a different way to watch art. That's fine though.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay. Pick your first overall Star Wars basketball player.
Okay, first overall Star Wars basketball
Talk to
player.
the mic, buddy.
Oh yeah, I got to talk to Mike. I'm a little excited here. So listen, I need somebody who can lead this team, who's got wisdom. I am going with one of my force guys right away, and I went for a bit of nastiness. I'm going for Darth Maul as the first overall pick. He's mean. He's nasty. He's Draymond Green with a jump shot, and guess what? He can shoot left-handed or right-handed, right? Because he's got that double-sided lightsaber.
So you just picked
Darth Maul's one.
Draymond Green first overall is what you did.
No. Who can shoot like Steph Curry with both hands. That's who I picked.
Okay. That's a huge reach.
Nope. He's awesome.
Darth Maul is a hothead who got chopped in half.
Now, this is pre-chopping in half.
We can get him post in the cartoons. They make him like a octopus guy with robot legs. You can get that one too.
Maybe why I didn't want to have cartoons.
Okay, so I've a lot of fellas here and gals that I can pick.
Yep.
So he's using the Force.
He's using the Force, right? Again, 2 Force guys.
Okay, then I'll just take Vader here. This seems good value.
Yep.
I'll take like I think Prime Vader is probably the best power forward in basketball history here. You know, a little bit of Tim Duncan, but he's probably a little springier than Tim Duncan. He's probably a better athlete. So maybe he's got a little Malone in him. Probably Malone in terms of strength, not in terms of the bad stuff Malone did. Give me Darth Vader. He's probably starting at the 4.
Okay. This was probably my first pick in the draft, but I decided just to get a bit of an edge. I got to go Obi-Wan with my second pick here, using up my Force people right away. Obi-Wan's spectacular.
Obi-Wan killed Maul. So you just got the 2 you basically just drafted.
I recognize there's some potential locker room problems.
You just drafted
they're
like
the
Chris
2
Paul
most-
and anybody.
They're the 2 most talented people in the draft. Most
Completely
talent.
disagree.
Listen, I'm going to pick some glue guys later
Okay, so you just picked 2 enemies, right?
with huge skill sets.
Okay, I'm just gonna get chemistry, and I'm just gonna go Luke as my starting point guard, and I'll use the Force there with Luke. So I've got father and
So
son.
all the Force guys. Oh man. Okay.
I've got father and son, Luke and Vader.
Wait a sec.
That's Stockton Malone, actually. Maybe Nash and Sotomayor, prime Sotomayor, people sleep on. Give me Luke Skywalker. as my
Well,
pick.
you think you have the best power forward ever. I am picking Chewbacca because for sure he's the best power forward ever. Guess what? You go into the lane, you lose a limb.
Yeah.
Right?
He'll rip it off.
He'll rip it off. So Chewie's got to be my power forward.
Did some research. I got Chewie listed at 7'5".
7'5"?
So you're probably playing him at center.
I am probably playing him at center. You're right.
Chewie's a good pick.
Yeah.
Chewie's a good pick. Bit of a hothead again. But yeah, Chewie at center is a fair pick. So I can get a guy, but he can't use the Force, right? So this kind of changes the way you draft now.
Correct.
So I will go with... I got to go with Mando here.
That's a good pick. Yeah, I had him really high on my boards.
I got with Mando. He's probably
shooter.
He's
Great
probably
shooter.
a 3, a Klay Thompson-esque type player. Quick trigger, coming off screens, playing at small forward.
Okay, so now I'm going for chemistry here. I think you have an idea where I'm going to go. I'm going
Reach.
to go Han Solo. No, Han Solo is my glue guy. He brings
He's not.
stuff
He's
in.
a hothead himself.
He's a winner. He's a winner. He's like Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Yeah, Han Solo, 4th pick. He's my shooting guard.
All right, I disagree with that pick again. Shocker.
Okay. Shocker.
I'm just going to double up on Mandalorians that can shoot and give me Boba here. I'll take Boba Fett before he died.
Yep. Before he died, that's an
Both
excellent
times.
pick.
He died twice before all of the deaths. Boba Fett, and he'll have good chemistry with Mando as well. And he can be a good guy. We know this. So, Boba Fett, he might be like a 3. He can probably, he's a shooting guard or a small forward, I'd say. But Boba Fett.
So now, actually, this is a slight chemistry issue that I might have to deal with. I recognize that, but I need some talent and I need some defense. I get General Grievous here. 4 arms, part human, part mechanical, lots of skills. I'm going to go with General Grievous here.
7'1". I got
He's a
Grievous
big
at.
dude.
Yeah, Grievous at 7'1".
dude.
And probably measures really well to combine in terms of wingspan.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So now I'm going to go with the guy here. It's a developmental pick. And I'm not going to have the Force for a while, but by the time he gets in the league, I'll have
you're
some other
picking
guys.
Grogu.
I'm picking Baby Yoda here.
Yeah, Grogu's a good pick.
You know, all 1 foot of him. I'll pick Grogu. He's starting in the G League, but he's going to be mentored by Mando, and he'll be starting in a few years.
Oh, yeah, like 3 years he'll be starting.
He's going to top out at about 2'2", according to my research. But look, we saw Muggsy Bugs play at a high level at 5'3". I don't see why Baby Yoda can't do it at 2'2".
Okay, I need some fire off the bench, and obviously no Force guys left. So I'm picking Poe as my 6th man. I figure he can slide in, and I don't know if there's a better shooter in the league.
Yeah, Mando.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Poe Dameron, another hot end.
And Mando's got the mask on, so he gets sweaty. He's gonna have a tough time shooting,
Buddy. It's got thermal
You
vision.
have 2 guys that are gonna get all sweated up, and they're gonna have a tough time seeing the back. Like they can play D, they've got good communication, but there's gonna be some sweat problems with the masks.
All right, pick of the draft here. Deep cut. Opening scene, Return of the Jedi. The Rancor.
Oh, I did have him listed.
So I did some research.
Yeah.
He's going to register about 14 feet to 16 feet. He's going to be in that range. So I'm starting him at center. He's taking up the paint. He's taking up actually probably the entire half court. He'll be my center. He's just a pick and roll guy. And he's probably okay in the short roll as well.
Listen.
So he's nimble.
Okay, I get that. Listen, if you're going big monster, then I'm going to go bigger monster. I'm pulling out the Sarlacc to come and roast you.
I knew you were going to pick Sarlacc Pit. It doesn't like,
It translates well. He can block shots with his tongue.
It doesn't move.
You don't need to move if you're that big. Listen, Eddie's not that fast, right? But he can play.
I don't think the Sarlacc Pit works here.
I
I'll
think
give
the
you
Sarlacc pit. Listen, it's going to be a four wide out. Like
Oh,
he's
he
going to
fell?
you're going to have to put 4 shooters on the court with the Sarlacc, but that's okay. I got enough shooters out there.
What are we doing
Like-
with coach? What are we doing with a coach? We have one real coach, one player coach.
Well, I guess that does bring up the question. We theoretically could do player coach, but does that person have the force?
Force, yeah, it doesn't matter. Coach, force or no force,
Okay,
it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
player coach.
And then an outside, like non-player coach, like just a coach.
Yep.
Okay. I'm shocked this person fell. Mace Windu here.
Oh, Mace Windu's good.
Give me
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Just give me Samuel Jackson, Mace Windu. Without the force is fine. I don't need I'll give Luke and Vader the force. Give me Mace Windu. He's probably small forward here.
Yeah. Okay. So my player coach, which has the force, Yoda.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's like he's so wise, and he's 750 years old. He's like he has 173 championship finals in his
Yoda
back
played
pocket.
against plumbers in the Bill Russell era. Who was playing ball in that era? Nobody.
plumbers.
Dagobah is a bunch of bums. Okay, so Yoda's a good pick.
Thank you.
Again, 2'2", but he's gonna be a great coach.
Oh yeah,
And he'll give you some minutes off the bench.
Listen, it's almost like old Burt Reynolds in The Longest Yard, where he just comes in for a key play. You can run that out.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, I like Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah.
So I'll
Why
pick-
did he fall?
So
He doesn't need the force. He's good without the force.
no force Qui-Gon. Brother is 6'4", so he's for sure playing power forward for me here. And he can play
I
up.
bet you can shoot.
Liam Neeson's a big, strong guy.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon is. So I'll pick Qui-Gon here.
Okay, I need another ball handler just because Yoda can only play so many minutes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm picking Rey.
Yeah.
Like she can climb anything, and she doesn't need the force. She's sweet without the force. So I'm picking Rey.
Okay, we each get one more guy or 2 more guys. What do you
You
think?
get 2, I get 1.
Okay, give me Palpatine here.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Probably coach.
He's evil and mean. Yeah.
Like, cause even Prime Palpatine, I don't know how much he's
He's
doing.
like Tark the Shark.
But as a coach, GM, kind of president ops, Pat Riley in the Prime, I'll take him.
Okay, Listen, I got to go with a wily vet here. Admiral Akbar is my pick.
No! Oh, I had him down as coach.
But he can play.
Yeah, and he can sense traps really good,
Absolutely.
actually.
Trap! Pick!
Stop.
Admiral Akbar is a good pick.
How did you say his last name?
Akbar.
Pushing it. Okay. I will go with... I'll go with the blind dude from Rogue One, Chirrut.
Oh, that's great.
So he's blind, he can't see, but I don't think this will
He
slow
doesn't
him down.
need to see.
Because the force
He
is
can
kind of
sense
within
everything.
him. And even not...
He doesn't use the force,
Exactly.
but it just surrounds him.
It's kind of like it's a little bit of placebo effect with the force in him. Does he have the
Agreed.
force? Does he not? Does he just think he does? Either way, give me blind dude Chirrut
Okay,
as my last guy.
that's a good pick. Okay, these are two pretty solid teams.
So who are your coaches?
Yoda is my player coach. So I don't really have...
Talk to the mic, buddy.
I need a coach.
Just make it Admiral Akbar. He's a good leader.
Yeah, actually, Admiral Akbar is my coach. That makes a lot of sense.
So I'll go with Palpatine as a coach.
Okay.
And then I think I might just do Vader assistant coach because they have chemistry. Or I could go the Mando Grogu route and just have Grogu as like my young assistant who's going to get a lot of head.
I go Mando Grogu. They communicate really well together.
Yeah, Grogu doesn't speak really, so that might slow him down. But
I think
Vader,
he's probably
Vader-
good with the chalkboard.
Yeah, give me Vader Palpatine to start.
You can't use the Force on
But even
the
Luke Vader,
court,
Luke Vader would work.
but you can use the Force with the chalkboard.
Luke Vader's like LeBron and Bronny. I have both of them. So you see Bronny, he's really good.
2 for 19.
Yep. Okay, that's Star Wars draft. Do you have a starting five? Can you do that, or is it too manic? Your notes.
No, I got Darth Maul, Obi, Chewie, Yoda, and General Grievous.
Okay, so I'll go Luke,
Vader.
Vader.
And probably Mando, Bobo, just kind of interchange like the Thompson twins.
I'll start them both,
Yeah.
and then the Rancor at 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Listen, if my guy's getting in foul trouble or if Chewie needs a blow, I'm bringing in the Sarlacc.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, bring Sarlacc Gamer Chewie needs a blow. It's ridiculous. What a lunatic.
Sarlacc is only going to play like 16 minutes
In a
game.
very
It's all I need
serious
from him.
draft. In a very serious draft, you broke the rules by picking Sarlacc Pit. It's a pit. It's not even a thing. It's not even a person. It doesn't have legs.
It's a creature.
It doesn't have legs.
What about the monster in Jedi that Luke kills? Like in the
Rancor?
pit. The Rancor.
That's Rancor, bro.
Oh yeah, that's Rancor.
Holy. All right.
Well, who's the woolly mammoth thing in Empire Strikes Back?
Oh, yeah. It'll the sloth type snowman abominable.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. I should know.
I might
it.
pick him up
That's
as a
on
free
me.
agent. Just throw him on a 10-day.
Okay, wrap the episode up.
Okay, thanks for the follow, everybody. Don't worry, football season is coming soon, so we're going to have real content for you. We're going to talk about the Lions, Michigan Wolverines. Hopefully Tigers are still in it. Thanks for support, everybody. Feeding families. Peace out.